In order to better understand the cultural norms and the characteristics of consumer behavior in the Middle East zone, we must have an introduction to some characteristics of this zone. The Middle East is located, as its name says, between the middle and the east of the planet Earth, and it is composed of 16 countries, which are Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Palestine, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. In addition, there are more than 400 million inhabitants in the region, which makes it a great market for any company. Now, some of the cultural norms. In this part of the world, there are very particular and different norms from all those that can be seen in any other part of the world, since this is mainly a culture very influenced by religion. For example, the Muslim population is more than 300 million people, representing almost 80% of the population of the Middle East. This is a main factor when it comes to the attitudes of the people who live in this part of the planet. A framework that can help understand more the culture is the Hofstede model of national culture that consists of 6 dimensions. The cultural dimensions represent independent preferences for one state of affairs over another that distinguish countries from each other. These are the power distance index, the indulgence versus restraint, the long-term orientation versus short-term orientation, the individualism versus collectivism, the uncertainty avoidance index, and the masculinity versus feminism. Here is an example of the framework when comparing China and Saudi Arabia, two very different countries in how their culture is, and the difference can be seen in the results that are very different from one and the other. Now, about the consumer behavior, we can say that it is mostly influenced by the religion, as was already mentioned, and that is why some of its main characteristics to take into account for any business in this area of the world is that they are by nature brand conscious, and for them buying is very social. Just like bargaining, that is one of the main characteristics of the people of this part of the world. Likewise, the inhabitants are willing to accept any type of Western brand as long as it does not affect their values or beliefs just because of their religion. In addition, there is now a growing middle class of over 150 million people who are constantly earning and spending money. This can be seen in data such as that household consumption accounted for as much as 44% of the region's economy, and it was higher than China's, that was 35%, but was less than in India, that was 56%. This represents a trend in the region where companies can take advantage, since a lot of people are willing to buy and consume. Moreover, the health and wellness area are becoming more important. In the United Arab Emirates, for example, more than 50% of consumers in every age group, for example, baby boomers, millennials, or Gen X, compared with only 33% of the US consumers, said that having all natural ingredients is either always or usually an important consideration for them when buying packaged foods.